Today, we take stock of the Chinese martial arts fantasy novels that we have read over the years. And the following are 10 recommended fantasy novels to see what stories they tell. The first book, God's Tomb by Tatsuo Dong. This novel is the famous work of Tatsuo Dong. Novel protagonist Tatsunami looking for 10,000 years ago lover Yushin, tracing the demise of the gods and demons for the trail leading to the vast 6 channels, heaven and earth chess game, interpretation of a full of blood, heroic, poignant legend, said countless heroes and heroines of the legend and human nature, society, life, and other elements of the exploration of the little. People read not only moved by the excitement and the aftertaste, reflecting on the constant, can be described as network novels in the good. It can be regarded as one of the finest works of network novels. The second book, The Book of Choosing Heaven by Catnip, telling the story in the empty world where people and demons coexist. Chen Chengsheng, in order to change his fate against the sky, with a marriage certificate to the god's capital, and a group of teenage heroes and partners side by side with the dark forces of the fight to the death, and at the same time also harvested love in the god's capital to open a heavenly strong man's journey of the rise of the. This is a metaphysical fantasy novel with a writing style close to that of Kulong. The author focuses on character portrayal and storyline while downplaying the level of cultivation. The teenager Chen Chengsheng comes to Kyoto with a marriage certificate, cultivates hard in order to change his fate of not surviving past the age of 20, and eventually realizes that he is a pawn of others, but fortunately changes his fate and eventually becomes the Pope and reaps the rewards of love. The third book is Perfect World by Tatsuo Dong. This is another Oriental fantasy novel by Tatsuo Dong. The novel depicts a vast world with the background of the great wasteland of the ancient world above, and original settings such as spirit sacrifice, treasure arts, and treasure tools to build a world in which humans and beasts coexist, and 10,000 races stand side by side. It is sought after by readers for its grand worldview setting and the humanistic care embodied in the work. In Perfect World, Tendong constructs an ancient ancestral land stone village, writes about 2 genius academies, Heaven Mending Pavilion, and Deer Hunting Academy, creates 3 small worlds, Void God Realm, 100 Broken Mountains, an ancient sacred courtyard, and has wonderful settings, such as the 5 sacred mountains, the 6 great lineage families, the 10 great ancient godly beasts, and many treasured godly artifacts. The protagonist Shihao experienced various challenges and strange encounters during his growth, and eventually became a generation of invincible powerhouses. The fourth book, Mangdao Chronicle by I Eat Tomatoes. It tells the story of the protagonist Jining as he explores and adventures in a vast world. The novel sets up various magical cultivation systems and magic treasures, and the plot is tight and very intriguing. At the beginning of the birth of the ancient world, the 3 worlds were originally a chaos. The chaos was already magical and had already given birth to many heavenly gods, true gods, and even ancestral gods, who were also honored as chaotic heavenly gods, chaotic true gods, and chaotic ancestral gods. Because of their origins, in the midst of the chaos, there were many true gods who were born to control the great Tao, such as Bodhi, Sanshu, Kaiming, the 3 Qing Taoist masters, Buddha Rulai, and Buddha Guiyin, etc. Once again, there were hundreds of thousands and thousands of gods. Once again, there are 180,000 heavenly deities who were born to master the ordinary Tao. A fantasy world is built for the reader. The 5th book, The Great Master by Tudo. It tells the story of a young boy, Wu Chuan, who continues to grow and experience on the path of cultivation. The novel depicts a world full of fantasy and mystery, with distinct characters and sincere and moving emotions. 1,000 worlds, realms converge, 10,000 races stand, and a group of heroes gather, a supreme god of the heavens from the lower realms. In this endless world, interpreting the desirable legend, pursuing the path of domination, in the endless fire domain, Emperor Yang was in charge, and all fires burn the sky within the martial realm. The might of the martial ancestor shocks the heaven and earth. In the hall of the western heaven, the Emperor of the 100 battles is unrivaled in his battle prowess. The hill in the northern wilderness, the land of 10,000 tombs, the Lord of immortality to town heaven and earth. The young man from the North spirit realm out, riding the 9 ghosts of the bird, broke into the wonderful world of confusion, the road of the master, who is the master of the sinking and floating. 1,000 worlds, 10,000 ways to fight. I am the great master. The 6th book, I Want to Seal Heaven by Irgen. The novel is about Meng Hao, a scholar who steps into the world of cultivation and pursues the path of sealing the heavens. Step by step in pursuit of his life's great desire, the novel tells the story of Meng Hao, a scholar who was originally the first grandson of the Fang family on the East Shang Star, who was brought to the South Heavenly Star by his parents to be raised due to a 7-year-old robbery, and who lived alone in the state of Zhao after his parents left. Originally a scholar, then by chance he was brought by Zhu King to leaning on the mountain sect, and from then on he stepped into the road of cultivation of my life as a demon wanting to seal the sky, and step by step he slowly changed his character until he became a story of the old monster. The novel builds a huge and complete worldview, plot ups and downs, very attractive. The 7th book, Discord by I Eat Tomatoes. The novel is set with all kinds of magical magic and magical beasts with a tight plot. The building-sized blood eyes main lion, the endlessly powerful purple eyes golden hair ape, the sky-destroying 9-headed serpent emperor, and the terrifying thunder dragon, carrying destructive thunder bolts. There's nothing strange here. It's a vast magical fantasy world. Strong people can stand on top of the head of the black dragon to roam the skies. And terrifying magic can burn rivers, destroy cities, and level mountains. This book tells the dream journey of a teenager who owns the Coil Dragon Ring. The 8th book, The Immortal Punisher, is one of Xiao Ding's masterpieces. It is known as the 3 great books of the network, together with the novel Journey to the Remote and Legend of the Little Soldier, and is also known as the martial arts Bible of the post-Jin Yang era. It tells the story of Zhang Xiaofan, the protagonist, who goes through trials and tribulations and grows up on the path of immortal cultivation. The novel depicts a world full of fantasy and romance, with distinctive characters and touching emotions, with the theme of heaven and earth are not benevolent, taking everything as ruminants. The novel tells the story of the growth experience of Zhang Xiaofan, an ordinary teenager under the Qingyang Mountain. The whole novel is skillfully conceived and magnificent, opening up a uniquely fascinating Oriental immortal legend. Overhead world, with ups and downs in the plot and distinctive characters, combining love, affection, friendship with the magnificent battle between good and evil and the war of destiny, are brought together in a beautifully written and vivid story. The 9th book, Martial Arts Qiankan by Potato. The novel tells the story of Qingyang Town, Yan City, Tiandu County, Dan Dynasty. The downtrodden Lin clan son, Lin Dong, picks up a mysterious stone talisman by chance between the caves and embarks on the path of reversal. The path of cultivation is to steal yin and yang, seize creation, turn nirvana, hold life and death, and take charge of reincarnation. The extreme of martial arts, breaking the dome of heaven, moving the Qiankan. A huge and complete worldview is constructed in the novel, and the plot is tight and very attractive. The 10th book, Daoluo Continent by Tangjia Sanshao, mainly depicts a martial soul world named Daoluo Continent. Tang San, an outer disciple of the Tang clan, who is disallowed by the Tang clan for stealing the inner door's mastery, jumps off a cliff to make his will clear, but realizes that he has traveled to another world, namely, the sacred soul village of the Daoluo Continent. Here there is no magic, no martial arts, no combat power, but a magical martial soul. Everyone here will have their martial souls awakened in the Martial Soul Hall with the help of a soul master when they are 6 years old. There were animals, plants, and artifacts, and the martial souls could assist people in their daily lives, and those with special talents could use them to cultivate and fight. Tang San cultivates his martial soul step by step, cultivating from a human to a god, and eventually eradicating the evil forces in the Daoluo Continent, avenging his mother's murder, and becoming the strongest person in the Daoluo Continent. The novel builds a world full of fantasy and mystery, with distinctive characters and sincere and moving emotions.